Deneen, and this is Cherisa, and we're with 806unhinged.com, and we are here with George today with the Ink Tour, and he is the genius behind the Ink Tour, and so we're very excited to be and honored to get to do this interview with him, and it's very nice to meet you. How are you doing today, sir?
Good to be here. Excellent, thank you.
All right, I have a few questions for you.
Sure.
Okay, if we were both at a cocktail party and we knew nothing about each other, what would you say you do for a living?
Wow.
What's your title?
That's a really good question. I didn't ask that. But I usually, when somebody does ask, it's a concert.
Okay.
That's pretty much in a nutshell. If you were to try to explain to somebody that you do tattoo and music festivals, it would make for a long night by the time you explain to them exactly what that means.
Well,
So when you say you're a concert promoter, they figure, okay, this guy does concerts. So that's pretty much what we.
Now, do you also do tattoos?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Are you
How
gonna
long
be
have you been an artist?
Tattooing, I want to say, started tattooing somewhere in the late 90s, maybe 99, 1999
wow.
or so.
Great, that's cool. Oh, that's very interesting. I did not know that.
What's a personal habit of yours that contributes to your success?
Personal habit. Well, you got some big questions. I thought I was just going to slide right through this.
Right by it.
You know what? My wife and I are both workaholics. We're workaholics.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with that.
Familiar with that, yes.
We're both very hands-on, very instrumental on what goes where, what time, and very structured. So I think that's probably, besides being blessed, I think that's one of the biggest. It makes us different from another show. We're
Well, and
hands-on.
the teamwork is, because I'm married as well, and I know there are certain things that me and my husband just really balance each other out on, And how long have you guys been here?
29 years.
Oh, wow, that's
great.
impressive.
So we're still newlyweds.
Yeah. Well, and I heard you say that you had one of your sons was here. How many kids do y'all have?
The son you just met is Aaron. He goes with us on tour. He does his own thing. And we have. Sorry.
He does tattoos as well?
No. We've got two tattoo shops back in El Paso, Texas, which is our hometown. He's in charge of the shops. He does body creases.
Oh, okay.
So he's walking around here. He's 27. He's 27. Then our daughter Jasmine. She's back home right now running the two shops. And then we have a baby Sarah that we normally bring to Amarillo every year. We left her at home this year, and she is 9.
Oh,
See my wife off to the side?
That's a fun age.
She's used to traveling, but she
Yeah.
likes to stay home. She's staying home with big sister
Yeah.
this weekend.
Well, that's
But we normally travel as a group of gypsies from town to town.
yeah. Well, that actually sounds very fun.
It makes it a lot easier when you've got your family with you,
Right, and I
Definitely.
understand that. This is my family business, and we've had it for 35 years, and I don't know what I would do any different than work with my family. So,
It's fun. We love it.
yeah, it's very cool. I wanted to ask, how did y'all come up with the idea for the Ink Tour, and what drove you to want to do it?
It's the Ink Life Tour. It's the Ink Life Tour.
Ink Life Tour.
I was tattooing. I was going out and doing other people's conventions and shows, and we were just lacking some sort of pizzazz or some sort of. They were just too dull and too boring.
I didn't even know there was other shows.
There's a few other shows. We're again, thank God, we're the largest in the country right now.
Yeah.
We do a lot of traveling, but after doing some of those shows, there was something missing. So we decided to do our own. We started in El Paso. We did the Showdown Fest, my wife and I. And then the following year, we partnered, we brought Reagan on and we did the Ink Life Tour. And that's the one that's doing a couple of stops nationally. Although the Showdown now is doing national shows as well.
That's
It's a
pretty
little
cool.
bit different in scale size.
Right.
But, and it took off. Being in this industry, we know all these artists, a lot of them ended up doing TV shows that
I was
we're
going to
friends
ask
with.
you that. Did you know them before they started doing their TV shows, or was it something that you just
No,
kind
we've
of
known him from
ran
touring,
into?
and it's a community. It's a very tight community, very niche. Good or bad, if you do something good or bad, it gets out really
Right.
quick. So obviously we did something good that first year, and everybody who wanted to be on board.
How many years have you been doing
It's our 7th annual.
it? Great.
Oh, cool. It's really taking off.
7th with the Texas Showdown. Ink Life is our 6th annual.
What do you think it is that y'all did so differently that has allowed you to, be that huge success? Because, like I said, I've never heard of any other,
What was it they were
shows
missing?
besides y'all.
What we did is we took all that you would have in this lifestyle with the suspension, the sideshows, but I think a big determining factor is the entertainment. The entertainment is very expensive. It's very difficult to book bands. These are national, they're not local bands. So a lot of promoters can't get access to these bands. And if they can, it's very expensive. So once they get to that point, they say, oh, it's a little bit hard. So from the get-go, we knew what was missing. In order to bring people in here and retain them for 6 or 7 hours, you got to give them entertainment. They can walk around, and my wife is really good about putting different vendors, cosmetics, jewelry. It's almost like a little science to put different vendors so that you can spend 5-6 hours of walking around. Most shows, if you walk around for an hour or 2 hours, you're bored, you're done. You've seen everything. There's no entertainment. There's no reason for you to stay till 8, 9, 10, midnight. Okay? And with us, there's shows throughout the day. There's entertainment throughout the day. There's really cool vendors, there's celebrities. There's a lot of stuff to see and do. So we've got pretty much all the bells and whistles.
The question that I personally have for you is, who's your most admired celebrity that you have throughout your years of doing all this?
Each celebrity is different from stop to stop. Texas might have a few favorites that the East Coast or the West Coast change out.
But your personal favorite, do you have a personal favorite?
I know all these guys.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't give
They have stories going back there.
I totally understand.
Barroom brawls down, okay? But I know these guys. It's really not much. They're not celebrities
They're friends.
per se,
Right.
But Amarillo, for one, likes Amy Nicoletto. It's really popular in Amarillo. Amy was on one of the seasons of LA. It's a real beautiful location. Comes in the airport and the airport stops. They look at her. So she's really popular here. Some of the female celebrities that are on TV shows are really popular no matter where we go. But it'll vary. Me personally, everybody's really cool.
Yeah.
It's a knit community that we all travel.
Just kind of falls into place.
Yeah, and it's not a big deal. But a lot of them, we've been in business with them or known for 20, 25 years.
Oh, that's cool.
Before the tattooing was cool
Right.
and hip, and it's changed now. It's more acceptable. I don't think you can go anywhere without seeing tattoo art related designs.
Right.
We just went to Dunkin' Donuts, and Dunkin' Donuts has tattoo art.
Yeah.
They may not call it on the box.
Yeah. I noticed that
You
the
go to
other
the
day.
convenience store, you've got the Zippo lighters with the art, So we're just everywhere. But I think what makes us different is the fact that we've got a whole package. And it hasn't been duplicated simply because it's very difficult. We do concerts outside of the tattooing. We also book concerts. So we've got, I know Reagan's got his own tours and his own concerts. We do other shows and concerts without the tattooing. Okay? So it's been easier for us to blend them and marry them together.
Is the Texas Showdown a tattoo show as well, or is it more
huge.
entertainment?
It's that, and if you go on our website, it's in the Granddaddy of them all, and it really is. That one in 3 days brings over 30,000 people through.
Oh, wow.
It's large. I'll give you an example. The Showdown has over 350 artists inside the bowl, per se. Then the outside, we take the entire venue, the outside parking lot has 100 and something vendors, strictly vendors. We have a beer tent that's a 120-foot circus tent, with shade seating inside. It's a full bar. We have skateboarders, the BMX guys.
Oh, wow.
We have carnival rides on one corner.
Oh, awesome.
And we have huge
So
concerts.
it's a festival.
It's
Yeah.
a
festival.
all-around festival.
Yeah.
And that one is every year in El Paso. But now the Showdown is going on the road. We added Corpus, we added Dallas, we've got some in Minneapolis, we've got a couple in Detroit. So the Showdown is now what it used to be Texas Showdown only. Now it's the Showdown. When it's in Texas, it's the Texas Showdown. When it's on the road, it's just the Showdown. I get the calls every year, George, whatever your dates are, just send them to me. And let's say I don't set them out. I don't announce my dates as quickly as the other shows do. they'll drop the other show and do mine. Because tonight, for example, we're going to go to dinner. We're going over to Bobby's over at the Big Texan.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It's a meet and greet. It's a family dinner. We're going to hang out. No other shows.
Right.
We hang out at the hotel bar. We do after parties there. You see them in flip-flops and shorts going to the swimming pool. There's no other show that's just that warm and
Family
welcoming.
oriented, right?
It really isn't. I mean, I traveled and did other people's shows, and it's just missing that. So that's why we continue to grow. We continue to evolve. Every year I check to see what can we add, what worked, we tweak it, what didn't work. I mean, we've gone through, on the showdown we had midget wrestling, and it's called midget wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Politically
that.
correct. We had midget wrestling, we had little miniature bullfights.
Oh, yeah,
We
that's
had
cute.
zip lines, we had donkey booths, some of that stuff we still have.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's what keeps it fun.
Yeah.
You know, you go outside and you've got all the food vendors, turkey legs, funnel cakes, it's a fest. That's what I have in El Paso. And that's why every year you see soccer moms, you see the kids, punk rock kids, the rock kids. It's just so broad. And this year we're adding, like on one of my tours, Reagan's and I, we've got the Florida Georgia line. So we do country.
Oh,
We're
that's
not
great.
stereotyped to one
Yeah.
genre.
Yeah.
You know, I listen to Merle Haggard,
Well, tattoos
George
are-
Jones, I
Yeah.
listen to that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, tattoos.
Are not specified to any
You
genre
can't-
these days
you can't
either.
put 'em in a box.
No.
You know, like my wife and I, we come from our background. We used to have nightclubs, restaurants. We did real estate. I did real estate for many years.
Oh, did you really?
So yeah, I mean, you cannot. A lot of these guys have computer art degrees. You cannot say, hey, that guy is this guy or does this kind of stuff. You can't. We're so broad, and I think it takes one guy to be able to do all of that, piece it together, and it works really well.
Yeah.
As a promoter, I'm a tattooer. If you go online and you Google my stuff, I've been tattooing for a long time. I have my own set of inks that are sold worldwide.
Oh, wow.
I have clothing that's sold worldwide. So I mean, the respect level is there.
Right.
Yes.
If you ask me for something, you don't even have to ask me because I know what you're going to need.
Right.
Because I'm there, I'm
Because
tattooing.
that's
Yeah.
a
I
specialty.
mean, we can have that conversation of tattooing.
Yeah.
You want
Most
color, black and gray, realism, portrait. A lot of promoters are not. They're just promoters that are trying to get money in
Right.
this industry.
Right.
So it's a respect kind of factor.
Right.
I think it goes a long way because I can talk to them and say, you know, we can talk about marketing if you want. We can talk about demographics. I know 62% females is our demographic.
Wow.
Depending where we go, I can tell you that Spanish speaking. I advertise on Spanish speaking radios. I advertise on country, easy listening, rock. There's certain areas that we won't advertise in. We stay away from advertising in certain. I mean, you would think, and we always get hit up with this. Hey, do you want advertising in this magazine? And it's like an adult magazine.
Yeah.
That's not us.
Yeah.
That was 20, 30 years ago. We're not cavemen anymore.
Right.
We're these guys.
And that's
travel.
keeps your respectful level at
Well,
a
and
different.
it's also about when it comes to respect. I think because we feel the same way about like our company, you know, and kind of what we do. It's also the relationships, you know, and when when you have that respect, and then you can forge a strong, healthy, you know, working, you know, otherwise relationship. It just makes all the difference.
Most definitely.
It really does, you know, and we've got, in some of our stops, we've got a lot of corporate sponsors. In the last few years, we've seen corporate America come in,
Yeah.
reach out to us and say, hey, we want to be part of this.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because that's our market,
Yeah.
that's our
I'm
target.
sure.
In El Paso, we have Walmart, Costco, Farmers Insurance.
Oh,
we have-
wow.
yeah. And they come to us
Yeah.
and say, we want a 10 by 20, we want a footprint like this, we want this. We've got car dealerships, we've got, we steer away from the motorcycles, the Harley Davidson, we don't have that. It's stereotypical and everybody, I can't even ride a bicycle, I'll fall. People are like, really, you don't ride a motorcycle? No, I don't ride I ride a nice, comfortable,
Luxurious car.
little Lincoln, yeah, air conditioner. What the hell am I doing if I got on a motorcycle? So it's very mainstream now, and a lot of our sponsors are corporate, and we gotta
Yeah.
we gotta keep it at that level.
Right.
Because the last thing we want, and my wife is really good about this, the last thing we want is to offend somebody with the wife and the kids.
Right.
And you put them on the spot.
Right.
You know, so we do a walkthrough first to make sure what's on the tables is legit. And
It's acceptable.
you know, my little daughter's running around and, hey, Daddy, what's, you know,
Yeah.
it's not good. And the guys have understood that. You know, there's the Dillards and the Walmarts. We're the Dillards of the shows.
Yeah.
People come in here and they expect a certain level. Doesn't always work out that way. You start off hoping it does. You're going to end up in a good foot.
Yeah.
Who was the most influential person in your life, and what did you learn from them?
Life's very influential.
That's a good answer.
We learn a lot from each other, yeah. We spend so much time together, and I think good or bad, business or not business, leisure, whatever, yeah, we kind of balance things. You know, we spend 24 hours a day together.
Yeah.
We travel together, hotels together, after parties together.
And that truly is true love when you can be, with someone that's what I'm
You
talking
just want to
about.
kill each other.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been those cases, you know.
I told my husband, I said, that's why I married you, because you're seriously probably the only person I could stand to be around this long without just.
And we hear that from other people that, you know, theirs is not working out. And somewhere in the middle it works out.
Yeah.
But I think, 29 years. It's,
Yeah, that's amazing.
because I really couldn't mention anybody else. I think
That's a great answer.
Well, we want to thank you very much for letting us take the time to interview, and we know that our 806 Unhinged Nation followers are absolutely going to love this, and so it'll be up and posted soon. And so, everybody, thank you for listening, and enjoy the Ink Life tour.